Happy Tuesday, my friends. So, where's your next piece of business coming from? That's a question I ask myself every day. But luckily, I know exactly where my business is coming from. And that's coming from people calling me every single day looking for a final expense quote. Yesterday, I sold 2 apps, made over $2,000. Today, sold 2 apps, made over $1,000. So in the last 2 days, I've netted over $3,000 in projected advances. It never gets old, let me tell you what. And I've been doing this now for 22 years. But I was thinking about something yesterday, just about, why it is that a lot of insurance agents don't make it in this business. The failure rate is 90% year one. Think about that. But I've thought about this over and over the years. It could be the agency they're working at. They don't provide no training. It could be the carrier, the products that they're selling. They're not able to place a whole lot of them because, again, the criteria is very difficult to get those policies issued. But you know what? No matter what the reason is, every one of these insurance carriers, doesn't matter what name it is, if it's XYZ insurance company or whatever, if you notice, they all have their success. Every company selling insurance, every company has their top players, and everyone's winning, right? You see that. So, what's the real issue? You can't just blame the carrier, can't blame the training. Sometimes what it is, it's you, the agent. You're lazy. And I'll give you a quick example. Let's take 2 people. You got 2 people that hit the gym, and one of them is hitting the gym every day, 5 times a week. He's eating healthy, and he's, again, showing up every day, 5 times a week. The second person shows up one day, maybe skips a few days, shows up the next week, misses a meal here and there. Who do you think is going to have better results that you can see, feel, and measure? It's going to be that person that's hitting the gym every day. He's following his meal plan. He's putting in the exercise, and he's not skipping any of that hard work. Now, how does that apply to us? When you go out and work, are you working full time? Are you putting in full-time energy? That's the problem that a lot of you guys have. That you're not working hard. You're not working with an intention to win. And that's what's killing your business. Many years ago, when I first started in this industry, that was the number one thing I learned from my mentor, Ray Berrigan, when he told me straight up that was the biggest problem for insurance agents, and that was not working. Nowadays, you get an agent, has 1, 2, 3, 4 months. He's doing great, feels great. And then what happens? They start taking off 1, 2 days. And next thing you know, they're complaining. They are not making the money that they want to make. And they start nitpicking everything. The training, the manager, the leads, etc. But the real problem was what? The real problem was they stopped working the way they did at the beginning. And that really is the secret sauce. Final expense is not a hard sale, guys. It's a simplified issue. You got 6 to maybe 12 health questions, no medical exams, and most of the time, you're dealing with the decision maker. So it's not a complicated sale. Let that sink in. So final expense, not very hard to understand the underwriting. And our sales process is also not very hard. But the best part is our commissions, our advances, they're typically paid and issued within 48 hours from the time they made their payment or the policy issued. But agents make it hard. Agents are looking for a gimmick that's going to take away the hard work. For example, for me today, I worked 9 inbounds, made 9 presentations. Was it easy? No, because you're dealing with people, personalities. But it's rewarding. Why? Sold 2 apps. Yesterday, I worked 7 inbounds, and I start from 7 a.m. Pacific to 3 p.m. Pacific. Again, I make the time count. So if you're watching this, you're a new agent, you're just starting, you have a couple wins. My recommendation to you is to buckle down, put in the energy, and even if you're racking in the commissions, don't even look at them. Buckle down, focus for the next 5 years, and just focus on producing. I recommend if you're a new person, start by selling insurance personally. Master it, dominate it, and only then should you consider building a team. If you can dominate, you can master the process, you have residuals, and then you can teach somebody else. How are you going to teach somebody how to build residual income if you yourself have never had that? You can't. So, buckle down, build a plan, stick to that plan. And again, I'll go back to the athlete. Are you going to be that athlete that goes to the gym with a purpose and doesn't miss days, doesn't cheat on their meal? Or are you going to be the other athlete that shows up here and there, doesn't watch what he eats? Bottom line, results. The only way you get results is by putting in the time, the activity, as well as leveling up your sales skills. Bottom line. Make a plan, stick to that plan, and understand that this is not going to happen overnight. My first year in this business on a 65% contract, I did $113,000, and that was back in 2005 when I had my first year. And I've never let up the gas. So, if you're watching this, take my advice down, go to work, buckle down, and then 5 years down the road, believe me, it will go by fast. You will thank yourself for doing that. So, you guys have a great evening. And if you guys want to see my lead system, our training, I'm on the phones every single day, Monday through Friday, and I'll be more than happy to show you what's up. Peace.